Dear students, I am your English teacher Anupma Sharma from Government High School Bhotna, District Barnala. Today, I will teach you the chapter The Rule of the Road. Have you ever heard that man is a social animal? If it is yes, then why is the man called a social animal? The man is called a social animal because he follows the rules laid down by the society. He cares for the feelings of others. That means freedom is for everybody. Our chapter, The Rule of the Road, is written by A. G. Gardner. He was born in 1855 and died in 1946. He wrote his essays under the pen name of Alpha. His famous books are Pebbles on the Shore, Alpha of the Globe, Prophets, Priests and Kings, and our essay Rule of the Road and Liberty. His essays remind us of pleasant things, sunshine and mirth, laughter and peace. They are, in fact, a commentary on the art of living. The Rule of the Road discusses the important issue of rights and responsibilities in social life, the rights of one individual and where the rights of another begin. The writer has brought this point through some interesting anecdotes. Now we will start reading the text. That was a jolly story which Mr. Arthur Ransom told the other day in one of his messages from Petrograd. Petrograd is a city in Russia. A stout old lady was walking with her basket down the middle of a street in Petrograd. To the great confusion of the traffic and with no small peril to herself. Peril means danger. It was pointed out to her that the pavement was the place for foot passengers. But she replied, I am going to walk where I like. We have got liberty now. It did not occur to the dear old lady that if liberty entitled the foot passenger to walk down the middle of the road, it also entitled the car driver to drive on the pavement, and that the end of such liberty would be universal chaos. Everybody would be getting in everybody else's way and nobody would get anywhere. Individual liberty would have become social anarchy. We will discuss the meaning of some difficult words from the text. Universal chaos. It is a noun. It means total disorder. If we talk of rights and ignore our duties, it would create a universal chaos. The next word is peril. It is a noun. It means danger. Her life in that hostile house is in great peril. Next word is jolly. It is an adjective. It means funny, very interesting, happy and cheerful. All of the boys were in a jolly and relaxed mood at the party. Next word is anarchy. It is a noun, a state of lawlessness and disorder, usually resulting from a failure of government. We witnessed a state of complete anarchy in our country. We will discuss the question answers. Now we will discuss some question answers. Why was the stout lady walking down the middle of the road? She thought she had liberty to walk wherever she liked. Next question is, how was the stout lady mistaken about liberty? She failed to understand that if every man were free to do what he liked, there would be chaos everywhere. Liberty is not a personal affair, but a social contract. We will start reading the text. There is a danger of the world getting liberty drunk in these days, like the old lady with the basket, and it is just as well as to remind ourselves of what the rule of the road means. It means that in order that the liberties of all may be preserved, the liberties of everybody must be curtailed. When the policemen say at the Piccadilly Circus, Piccadilly Circus is a road junction and public space of London's West End in the city of Westminster, steps into the middle of the road and puts out his hand. He is the symbol not of tyranny but of liberty. You may not think so. You may, being in a hurry and seeing your motor car pulled up by this insolence of office, feel that your liberty has been outraged. How dare this fellow interfere with your free use of public highway? Then, if you are a reasonable person, you will reflect that if he did not incidentally interfere with you, he would interfere with no one. And the result would be that Piccadilly Circus would be a maelstrom that you would never cross at all. You have submitted to a curtailment of private liberty in order that you may enjoy a social order, which makes your liberty a reality. That means no doubt, we can enjoy our liberty, but our liberty should be such that it should not come in the way of the liberties of others. Now we will learn the meaning of some difficult words. Curtail. It is a verb. It means to reduce, cut short. The sentence is, we want to curtail the total monthly expenditure of our family. Next word is tyranny. It is a noun, unfair and strict control over someone. He wished to escape from the tyranny of his stepfather. Next word is insolent. It is an adjective. It means rude and showing no respect, just as this guy. His son is not only naughty but insolent too. The next word is milestone. It is a noun, a situation or state of confused movement or violent turmoil. The train station was a maelstrom of crowds. We will discuss the question answers related to the read text. What does the policeman at Piccadilly Circus symbolize? Answer is, the policeman at Piccadilly Circus symbolizes the true meaning of liberty. He puts a little check on personal liberty so that there can be social liberty. Question is, can we do whatever we feel like doing? Answer is, liberty is not a personal affair. It is social contract. So, we can't be free to do whatever we like to do. Again, we will start reading the text. Liberty is not a personal affair only, but a social contract. It is an accommodation of interests in matters which do not touch anybody else's liberty. Of course, I may be as free as I like. If I choose to go down the Strand in a dressing gown with long hair and bare feet, who shall raise an objection? You have liberty to laugh at me, but I have liberty to be indifferent to you. And if I have a fancy for dyeing my hair or waxing my mustache or wearing a tall hat, a frock coat and sandals or going to bed late or getting up early, I shall follow my fancy and ask no man's permission. In all these and thousand other details, you and I please ourselves and ask no one's leave. We have a whole kingdom in which we rule alone, can do what we choose, be wise or ridiculous, harsh or easy, conventional or odd. But directly we step out of that kingdom, our personal liberty of action becomes qualified by other people's liberty. I might like to practice on the guitar from midnight till 3 in the morning. If I went on to the top of a hill to do it, I could please myself. But if I do it out in the streets, the neighbors will remind me that my liberty to play on a guitar must not interfere with their liberty to sleep in quiet. There are a lot of people in the world, and I have to accommodate my liberty to their liberties. We are all liable to forget this, and unfortunately, we are much more conscious of the imperfections of others in this respect than of our own. I got into a railway carriage at a country station the other morning and settled down for what the schoolboys would call an hour's swoot at a blue book. I was not reading it for pleasure. The truth is that I never do read blue books. Blue books means an official book or a rule book. For pleasure, I read them as a lawyer reads a brief, for the very humble purpose of turning an honest penny out of them. Now, if you are reading a book for pleasure, it doesn't matter what is going on around you. I think I could enjoy a really good novel even in the midst of an earthquake. That means if you are reading a book for pleasure, then there is no pressure on you and you read it with full relaxation and no other thing can bother you. But if you are reading a book for a purpose, then you have to put your whole concentration into it. So, when you are reading a thing as a task, you need reasonable quiet, and that is what I didn't get. For at the next station in came a couple of men, one of whom talked to his friend for the rest of the journey in a loud and pompous voice on any and every subject under the sun. Now we will learn the meaning of some difficult words. Swot. It is a verb to study a lot in a short time as before the exam. Sentence is I was busy swotting for my civics examination. Pompous. It is an adjective trying to make people think you are very important, self-important, foolishly serious and grand. And the sentence for this word is our boss gave a pompous speech in the party. Next, nobody likes your pompous. We will discuss question answers related to the text. What was the writer reading during the journey? He was reading a blue book or an official rule book. Next question is, why did the writer need a reasonable silence in the compartment? Answer is, the writer needed a reasonable silence in the compartment because he was reading a blue book for a serious purpose. Next question is, who disturbed the writer of the rule of the road? A couple of men disturbed the writer of the rule of the road. Next question is, what was the intruding passenger talking of? The intruding passenger was talking of any and every subject under the sun. Again, we will start reading the text. If I had asked him to be good enough to talk in a lower tone, I dare say he would have thought I was a very rude fellow. It did not occur to him that anybody could have anything better to do than to listen to him, and I have no doubt he left the carriage convinced that everybody in it had, thanks to him, had a very illuminating journey and would carry away a pleasing impression of his great knowledge. He was obviously a well-intentioned person. The thing that was wrong with him was that he had not the social sense. He was not a clubbable man. That means that person who goes on talking during the journey was not at all caring for the liberties of others. He was not looking for the boredom of others. He was not caring for others. Now we will learn the meaning of some difficult words. Dare say. It is a verb used to indicate that one believes something is probable. I dare say you have heard about her. The next word is illuminating. It is an adjective giving you new information about a subject or making it easier to understand. The book is full of illuminating detail on the causes of the war. Here the bulb has been shown to you. As the bulb enlighten you, in the same way your ideas can enlighten you. Now you have to arrange the following words and phrases to form meaningful sentences. Game is glorious, cricket a of uncertainty. Now the meaningful sentence is cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties. That means jumbled words have been given to you and you have to make a meaningful sentence out of it. The next in B sentence, a city very large Mumbai is. The meaningful sentence is Mumbai is a very large city. Next, C sentence is has 39 Jupiter satellites. The planet in solar system largest the meaningful sentence is Jupiter, the largest planet in solar system has 39 satellites. Your D words are in your D sentence, the words have been given to you: imaginary, line, equator, equal, halves, earth, into, that, divides, the, to, and, is, the. The meaningful sentence is the equator is an imaginary line that divides the earth into two equal halves. Now, fill in the blanks with the correct form of verb given in the brackets. Sitar maestro, Pandit Ravi Shankar, the verb has been given to you, nominate for this year's Grammy Award for his album Full Circle. This is the fourth time the verb is nominate for the Music Words Top Award. Shankar, then fill in the blank. The verb is already won 2 Grammy Awards. Full circle, which was fill in the blank. The verb is record in October 2000. Feature, again it is a verb. Shankar's rendering of the night raga Koshi Kanhara. Now try to fill the correct form of verb. In the first sentence, Sitar Maestro Pandit Ravi Shankar has been nominated for this year Grammy Award for his album Full Circle. Next one is, this is the 4th time he has been nominated for the Music Words Top Award. Shankar has already won 2 Grammy Awards. Full Circle, which was recorded in October 2000, features Shankar's rendering of the night raga Koshi Kanhara. Now, the homework for this part of the chapter is read the text carefully, learn the answers of the questions and meanings of difficult words. Thank you. Thank you so much.